Welcome, everyone, to season 11, episode 5 of the Wheel Reads.
Yo.
Woo! Alan lied. No one died. Alan lied. No one died.
Did you know that 3 years ago today we're giving away a free book?
Were we?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to give away another one?
To commemorate the passing of Robert Jordan.
Oh, that was yesterday.
Yeah.
It was the anniversary.
3 years ago yesterday, technically, but
Let's see. I don't have anything cool to do a giveaway with. I don't know. Let's see. There's
We could
nothing.
is
recycle
there
Red
anybody
Rod.
watching that has never won anything?
Is anybody watching never won anything? That's a good question. Let's see. Ayers has, String Flame has, Wadaholic Aussie has, 7-Eleven. You ever won anything?
Oh yeah, 7. Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
nice.
I don't know if 7-Eleven's won anything before.
All
he
right,
has-
hold on. Let me spin the dial. Tick 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 ting. Nope. 7-Eleven.
All right,
That's
7-Eleven wins.
crazy. 7-Eleven won.
See what
You
happens.
roll
You
the dice
jump to live
and you
chat.
won.
You
Thank
randomly
you for
get
showing up.
in comment. I'll just randomly pick someone that hasn't won something. All right, you
Yeah.
guys, cool. Slide into my DMs on Discord or email us throwreads@gmail.com. Whatever. Find some way to contact me. Let me know what book you want. I'll send it to you when I get a chance. When I find where
Yay.
stuff is, because I'm packing and
Like you're carrying a firearm or like you're getting ready to move? You got to specify.
I'm getting ready to move. See, there's
Okay.
boxes. There's boxes, like right there.
Okay.
And my Jedi bobblehead. That's me as a bobblehead, as a Jedi.
That's
pretty
awesome.
Nice.
My brother got that for me when I turned 40. May the 40s be with you. Anyway,
Solid.
yeah, so announcements. 7-Eleven won. Yay.
This show's for you.
The show's for you.
And all
And
our
it's a
patrons.
good one.
We appreciate you all.
That's how we do giveaways and a book. Yeah. And that's all I got for announcements. I'm moving soon. So if you guys are wondering why I haven't been releasing episodes or doing anything, it's because every single night I come home and I am working on getting my house ready to sell. So it's literally from the moment I get home till the moment I go to bed, it's getting the house ready to sell. And yeah. So I take quick breaks to do recordings.
Yeah.
That's all I got time for right now. That's just the reality that I live in. We're trying to list next week. So
Yeah, just getting ready to move and pack up is one thing, but like having to get it show ready to sell is like a whole nother level.
yeah.
So I feel for you.
Yeah. So personal life. Let's see. What's going on in personal life? Friday night went on a date night with my wife and another couple. We went up to Busch Gardens for adults only.
Hey,
Ooh.
There.
for the
So I
hell
got
of
to
cream.
first time. Yeah, we didn't do any of the scary stuff. I like to go to Hall Scream. I don't mind the scary stuff. It's just that there's no lines at rides because everybody's in line to go see the haunted houses. So like I can
Yes.
ride all the roller coasters, and I never get to ride because I always have kids with me that aren't tall enough to ride rides with me, are too scared to ride roller coasters. So I get to ride all of the roller coasters. We
Oh
rode
man.
almost
Okay.
all of them. I rode all the ones I haven't rode before. Ridden.
Did you do Pantheon and Tempesto?
I did those two. I did Dark Coaster.
Those are my favorite.
I did
Dark
Invader.
Coaster's all right.
I did Loch Ness just because I always do Loch Ness. It's just like a
Got to.
you have to do it.
You have to. Before
have
you
to.
shut it down, you got to get on there.
Yeah, until it shut down. We
There's
were gonna
something-
do a Verbolten too. I've done that one. My wife had never done it, but they got a line. They shut the ride down. So we were like, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
That ride
Decent.
had extra parts.
Yeah. Now Tempesto was awesome. Like they lie about the wait times. You know, they had the little sign on there and like how long the wait time is. It was like a 30-minute wait time. We're like, I don't have 30 minutes. And we went on there and we walked right onto the coaster. There's no wait.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's lies.
Well, that one's
Lies.
back at its own little corner, kind of. So
Yeah.
if it's not
It's cool
crazy
ride.
crowded, you can ride that one a few times in a row pretty quick.
Yeah. And is funny. 'Cause
That
we got
ride
in there
makes
and,
me
like,
giggle.
yeah, just like
I
the
don't know
people
why,
come by,
but
it's
it
like,
makes me
anything in your
laugh.
pockets? They're like, do you have anything in your pockets? I was like, yeah. They're like, you need to take everything out. Or like, I was like, really? I was like, it can't be that bad. I was like, after finishing the ride, I was like, thank God I took everything out of my pockets.
Yeah.
'cause
Makes sense. You're whipping around and moving forward, backward, twisty,
every which way. It's fun.
and it's
Pantheon's fun
nonstop.
too. Pantheon's fun
Yep.
too. It's what is the fastest multi-launch coaster? I think it's
Something like that.
what's the record for
It's
that? The
awesome.
world's fastest.
My bones are too large. I
Yeah.
cannot compress them enough to squeeze into the ride.
Yeah. Well, that one doesn't have Pantheon doesn't have an overhead. It's just a lap bar.
I mean, into the seat of the ride.
Got it.
Yeah, my hips are very wide. I have
The
birthing
hips don't
hips.
lie. So that was Friday night. Saturday we did housework. I think it all runs together. Yeah, we did housework all day long. That's what I did. Just housework.
Crushing it. Well, it's good. It's good that despite all this like stuff going on in your life, you worked in a date night. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It is?
You got to
Yeah.
sprinkle those
We
in
were
there.
we were gonna hang out last night. And then by the time I got the kids to bed, we looked at each other. I was like, I'm going to bed. I was like, yeah,
That'll happen.
that happens a lot.
Yeah.
That and I had to power wash a rug that my cat peed on, and
Again.
Yeah.
so no, it's been outside. So I finally got I got the power washer out, put some soap in it, and like really hit it hard, and then had to hang it up. And it's a full size rug, like full room rug, so it's heavy as shit.
Yeah.
I bet. That was not fun.
Yeah, getting those gains, just lifting rugs, waterlogged rugs, and that was after I used a shop vac and I sucked out, literally filled up. It's a 6-gallon shop vac, and I pulled 4 full buckets of water out of the rug.
Oh, crazy.
Gallons of water were in there.
Part of me really hopes some other animal comes by and pees on it again. I will die laughing.
It's hung up, so hopefully though
There's gonna be a bunch of birds on it in the morning. Just
just shitting everywhere on it. Like,
I mean, I love you, Alan, but that would make me laugh so hard.
so that's my life right now. My life is trying to find little moments of fun and packing. So I don't have much time to like put out episodes and stuff. Someone was like, "You haven't had a concert episode like in months." So I was like, "Yeah, we've been recording them. I got like a huge catalog that I need to release. It'll happen."
They'll be excited when you drop like 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Just
And we have a new a co-host being added soon. So it's a secret though.
okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you after the show.
Yeah, we'll tell you, but I'm like, I can't announce it yet because
Okay.
Alondo watches this sometimes, and he's not supposed to know who it is. So
Okay.
Ooh.
anyway, how'd you guys? What's going on?
Let's see. My senior year, my football team won states, and I was on the team as the kicker. I always have to add that quickly. And I kind of got added last second. They scouted me out from the soccer team. They're like, that guy. And so I had like front row tickets to arguably one of the best teams to ever play high school football in Virginia. People that actually talk about this say the only team that I hate to say this, probably might have been better, was the Ronald Curry team. But these guys were
Maybe.
phenomenal.
I don't know if Ronald Curry
I can't
was.
say, yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
Ronald Curry's team was like. Yeah. I think Ian froze.
Yeah, he does look like he froze. So it wasn't just me. Like I thought.
No, it wasn't.
Internet
Hold
was
on.
off.
Hold on. Yeah, he's frozen.
Well, we should draw on his picture.
We should. I wish they had that option on here. Let's see. Did they have it? No, I can't figure out a way to edit.
Add a
That's just-
little elf hat or something.
yeah, I don't know how to add. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Whatever.
while we wait on him to get back, my weekend. Tuesday saw Common in concert, which was awesome. I'd never
Okay.
seen him in concert before, so went out to the Fillmore here in Charlotte, had a good time. It was standing room, which I'm not used to, so that was work for my body. And then Thursday we went and saw The Forge, which was phenomenal. So if you haven't seen that movie, it's just a whole like wholesome film, so it's well worth seeing. Saturday. I worked Saturday, and then after work, what did we do? Oh, I'm trying to learn how to play golf, so I went out to the golf range a little bit, course, whatever. Played a little bit, and then we've been slowly working our way through the Harry Potter movies.
Ooh.
So we watched 4. Was it 4 that we watched?
Okay.
Yeah, we watched the Triwizard Tournament on Saturday. Sunday, church, and then my mom was in town, so we had brunch with her. And then after that, we went to the Panthers game. Luckily, we did not pay for the tickets.
Nice. That's
They
always
were
good.
gifted, so we did not have to stay the whole time because it was a straight up whooping. No better way of putting it. That's their second whooping so far of the season.
Okay.
And then after that, watching part of that whooping, because we didn't even stay for the whole game, we went and saw, we went to see Harry Potter number 4 at the house, or 5. So
Cool. Goblet of Fire.
Nice.
Goblet of Fire. Well, Goblet of Fire. And then from there, number 5 is, oh my goodness, I can't think right now. Is the
10 points for Gryffindor.
the Order of the Phoenix. So we saw Order of the Phoenix.
Gotcha. Now you got Prisoner of Azkaban, right? Next, right?
That's 3. No,
That's 3.
the next one is Half-Blood Prince,
Is it
which is
really?
arguably my least favorite movie, but my favorite book.
I always get mixed up.
It's the
Sorcerer's Stone
Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban. I call it Triwizard Tournament, but it's really Goblet of Fire. They changed it for English for American, and then it's
From metric to standard.
yeah. Then it's Order of the Phoenix, and then Half-Blood Prince, and then the Horcrux. What is it called? The Deathly Hallows.
Deathly Hallows. Part 1, Part 2.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, Ian was saying before he froze that the football team our senior year was the greatest football team ever to grace the field.
Oh yeah.
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 How many people went to the NFL from that high school team? It was so stacked.
Well, should have been more.
Oh yeah, a lot of people got in trouble.
I think 4 went, only 3 ever played, and 2 only had like real careers in the NFL. But there were 3 or 4 that played in like the CFL, and then when there's the arena football, is that was traveling around. So a couple that played professionally, like the semi-pro stuff.
And a lot of them like had really good college careers too.
Oh yeah.
But I know some of them got screwed by the college they went to. They just were like I can't remember. I think Michael Johnson, for example, he went to UVA and he was back up to another guy. And
yeah, they didn't want to use this. They didn't want to use his speed. They kept trying to force a system where it was just run up the gut, and Mike wasn't really that kind of back. So
if he had went to another school, I think it would have been better. But
he'd have been phenomenal. But all that to say, we had a reunion. It was kind of thrown together last minute. Our high school, all the classes around us, Alan will tell you, we never had a high school reunion. I think they attempted some cruise, and like nobody went. But I was like, you know what? I'll go back for the football thing. And I'm so glad I did. There was maybe a third of the team that made it, but there was a handful of the band members. And before I played football, I was in marching band, so I knew a lot of them really well. I don't think it like made the news or anything, just word of mouth that spread around. But there were some people that showed up. Their kids don't even live in the area anymore, but they showed up to come see us, and they hadn't had a kid in high school for 20 years, but they used to come out and watch our games or whatever. So it was just really cool having the community out there and meeting those folks. I will say though, here's some science for you. It is not puberty that gives us acne in high school. It's the school itself. I don't know if we could see. My complexion's been, you could see it on that side. My complexion's been decent for like the longest time. And I went to the high school and literally the next day I started breaking out. So
was Billy Benz there? Was Billy there?
Benz was not there.
If you look at the dominating the decade for Virginia, Heritage is ranked number 13.
As a school or that particular season. After
No,
that,
period. It's actually later than that. Farther out than that.
yeah.
Heritage.
After
Oh,
that, the team got horrible and they're really bad now. But the year before
yeah.
that, they were really good, and then our year we were just dominant.
Yeah.
No, they don't even make this list. It's a
No,
different.
it was
Heritage.
1 year. It was the perfect
It was
storm.
yeah. I'm not
it
going to
was
brag about the school for its entirety. It's actually kind of sad now. When I walked up there, so we still have the same athletic trainer dude. His name's Barbecue, and he's obviously old as dirt now. And as I walk up to shake his hand, he was the first one I saw. Is right when I was around the corner at Todd Stadium, and I shook his hand. And I'm expecting, Alan, you remember this, when we played, that stadium was full.
Mhm.
It was hard to find seats. It was standing room only around the track. There was a sprinkling of people on this side and a sprinkling of people on that side. So I'm shaking his hand and I look up at the stands, and he saw the look on my face. He was like, yeah, it ain't what it used to be. I was like, I guess not. And I looked at the team and I was like, they're all smaller than me. I was like, shit, I could have started on this team.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
I felt that way when I went to the Panthers game. I was like, Lord, these guys are itty bitty. Like, and they look like they have baby faces and everything. They look soft. I didn't see muscle at all on the field.
COVID messed everybody up. This new generation coming through is
like, I'm like, dude,
I remember they had to bring it. They had to actually bring in extra bleachers when we were in high school because they ran out of seats in the stadium.
Yep, and security out the wazoo. So he wasn't on the team that won states. He graduated the year before, but there was a guy named Kente Blunt that in high school benched over 400 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, well, Chris knows this, but we're at that point. That much weight, an Olympic bar is bouncing, bending.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bouncing. Like, boggled my mind.
Yeah.
It would take 6 people on the current Heritage football team to push up 400 pounds.
I couldn't do it, that's for sure. But we were close to benching that.
I got over half that. I don't think I could do half that now.
Oh, I can't do half that.
It wouldn't take me too long to get back to it, though.
I'm about to say, I think you can get to it a lot quicker than you think.
Yeah. I put up 70s the other day.
225 is not what the average person lifts anymore. It's a lot less, which I'm like, I didn't realize that. 225 is the norm up.
Yeah. I'm benching the bar.
For somebody that's 5'7", 225 is good. There ain't many people my height throwing that up.
No, I don't. The concept of not being able to do it doesn't hit me until I'm in the gym and I'm watching guys work up to it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I do outweigh you by 200 pounds, 300 pounds for some of you, so I understand. Gotcha.
For me, that's definitely big weight.
Yeah.
I get that it's warm up for some folks.
I put my legs in the air with that.
Oh, like, yeah. Mine are playing it on the ground. I'm getting my whole core into it. I'm focused on my breathing. It is.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's how I get when I get to like 295. Then I'm like, all right, now I'm actually playing with some weight here. Let me buckle down.
Are you going to have them read the alternative parent chapters after they finish?
Alternative parent chapter. Oh wait, what? I had to close my YouTube because the internet is acting up. I don't know if it's y'all or if it's me. So
my internet's horrible in this room, so
we could be under a cyber attack because I had to switch VPNs. I got kicked off of the one I was using.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks we're a fucking joke at this point in the world, so why not?
Including me. Can't put that down.
All right, let's talk about some books. Let's talk about The Knife.
I was about to go political. Let's not do this. And all I have to say is everybody thinks we're a joke, and I am included in that at this point.
We are a joke. That's fine. Knife of Dreams. Let's talk about it.
I'm moving to Australia where the people.
Is that the book we're on? Knife of Dreams?
Yeah, that's the book we're on.
Interesting.
Yeah, it looks different than mine.
It does?
My chapters are different.
Chapters different. So we're with Matt, still.
That's right. I forgot about this.
Yeah, Matt can't figure out why.
In the chapter that I was in, they finally got on the white the big white unicorn.
Not that chapter. Not that chapter. So Matt can't figure out why the women are causing so much trouble. Yeah, but he still tries to take the high road. Tries to treat them well, despite them kind of
trying to do spells on him at every turn.
Mhm.
I think it's so funny because they finally figured out we don't, as long as we don't directly do a spell at him or channel at him, let's use the right terms. As
Yeah.
long as we don't directly channel at him, we can still impact him with our channeling.
Yeah,
He
you
was
can
a
throw
little bit
stuff at him.
perturbed by that.
Power. They can like take stuff and throw it out.
I'm
Matt-
waiting on the one that throws a cat at him. Like, let's try throwing a cat.
It reminds me of those videos, you know, where like some guy takes a slice of cheese and just throws it at a baby or something like that, and just
That would be like, I don't know, I would be able to hold my cool, like knowing that people are outright attacking me and using me as a science experiment. I think I'd be a little bit more like, nah, this ain't cool. I'm gonna leave all of you behind to your, it's kind of let you fend for yourselves, figure it out. Like I know you can't,
And what would
but-
happen if Matt snapped? They'd be like, "Ah, God, he's so unhinged. Like, man, what a
Mhm.
jerk."
It's time out real
yeah.
fast. Time out fast.
Super.
Okay, everyone here listening, we started this whole thing as a science experiment, social experiment, to see if these guys would actually.
You're a jerk.
Just one big experiment. How long can I keep them on the hook and lie to them that
Nobody-
people actually listen to us?
Nobody's ever actually listened. Everybody in comments is just other profiles of Alan
It's
commenting.
bots. It's just bots I made. Come on. There's never been anyone that's ever listened to us.
Yeah.
How many
Well,
years
Alan,
wasted?
you know I don't like being poked and prodded. So if Matt were to flip out here and
Yeah.
verbally lay into some folks, wouldn't bother me one bit. But could
Yeah.
you know, he's pretty committed to. I mean, once he makes a promise, he's committed to fulfilling it,
Mhm.
no matter how difficult some of these people make it. So
So look, Iris is a bot. Forget me
wait,
and
I
her
met
in real life.
Iris in real life.
It's like, wait a second, we've actually hung out. Anyways, that was all an illusion. Robots. Let's see.
Where were we?
Matt-
What am I doing?
let's
Channeling
see.
at Matt.
He's sitting with a Geenan and Doman.
It's not a Geenan anymore. What is her name? The shiftless lady. What is her new name?
I'm already struggling to remember actual names. So when she was like, "No, call me this," I was like, "No, I am not. I'm not going to
no,
bother with
not
a new
at all.
name. I've got no room left up here for new names."
I like the shiftless mistress. That was the name that I liked. I know I'm jumping ahead, but
Yeah.
that one I can remember because it's almost like an insult.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what someone will say in chat, probably.
Tetrahide,
Tetrahide.
trizepatide.
Yeah. Anyway, Matt asked them what she knows about Tuon. And all she could tell Matt
She's
is
like, "I know you got no business even asking that daggone question. That's what I know."
He's like,
heck is
"What do
wrong
you
with you?"
care? You no longer like have anything to do with them." And she's like, "You know what? You're right. Let me tell you, you're out of your league. You're
Way out of your league.
way out of your league. Just stop trying."
Yeah.
She's like, "We're
But then-
trying." Just
But
'cause
then
it's
when she
funny.
finds out about the horse that he got her and everything, she was like, "I don't know how you knew to do that, but that was pretty smooth, actually."
He's like, what did I do? She's like, you during courting, you want to give a really luxurious gift. Like he's
You
like,
know,
"Oh,
that has
yeah,
something to
that
do
thing."
with a passion of theirs. Right?
Yes.
And everybody knows she's really into horse riding. A unique, not just luxurious, something unique.
Then he also learns that she had a brother and a sister killed.
Yeah.
What she's like, it's kind of harsh, but at the same time, I find it really.
Well, we
really
also know
endearing.
people that are claimed to be dead in these books aren't always dead. So she believes that she has siblings that were killed.
No.
with
She
that.
directly had 2 of them killed because they have a ton of them. Apparently, her mom is just like a baby making machine because she needs the strongest one, like, to survive and become her heir. So
Yeah. I should not have Googled that. I thought there was there's regicide for killing a king, but I thought there was a term for like killing your siblings. So I just Googled that. Which now I'm gonna get a knock on the door.
They are on to you now.
Okay, my brothers, don't die tonight, because otherwise
You'll be suspect number one.
I'll be
the next time Ian's up for secret security clearance.
You're on this
Remember Alan say
podcast
anything
while
about his
some
brothers?
guy was
Well-
Googling simplicide. It's simplicide. Just anyway, that's killing your siblings, which makes sense. So Jolene, Tesla, and Edicina, they are being super careless about channeling, and they keep on channeling at Matt, and Matt's just like, "You guys are gonna get collared. You guys need to stop." And they're like, no, we want to keep on testing you, throwing rocks at him. Making sparks of fire and try to get them to like come towards us with that. Like, if you don't trick, they're trying to figure out and test it all out. But Satel Anan is kind of like laying down the law, kind of like telling them to stop. But like, she doesn't carry much weight. She's not Aes Sedai. I don't know. It's a weird
Right.
scene. Yeah.
Well, not to give away what's coming up, but I feel like somebody's watching this happen and is not a fan of it happening to Matt. But we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the reason given, but I feel like this was noticed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're trying to bully Matt into giving over the Foxhead medallion as well, which he's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
That's
and,
tough.
and none of them really know about it. Only like one other person really knows about the medallion. They just know he has something.
Something, right?
They
trying to
want that something.
Yeah.
So
But Matt shows it to Mistress Anand. She convinces him. He's like,
does,
But not
prior
hard
Aes Sedai-
convincing.
"Mhm."
She just asks, and
Yeah.
he doesn't know why, but he says okay.
Well, that's because she's kind to him.
Let's her touch it.
Or is that Semirog? Was he
Uh,
compelled?
No, not at all. Don't do that.
don't do what?
She's nice. I like her.
Yeah, she is nice.
And that's
Then
and that's-
again, she
and
got
that's us
thrown out of
in
the
these books.
tower, and we don't know what she got thrown out of the tower for. So
Mhm.
We're getting to that. Because Matt then guesses that she was an Aes Sedai, and she's like, yeah, I was.
she's
I
"We
love
both
that
have
she's like,
secrets."
and if any of these Aes Sedai would actually like get their heads out of their asses, they would know.
Yeah.
But they're Aes Sedai, so they're freaking clueless.
Yeah, she's like, they think that because certain things happen in the world, you have to let people go, and that's not cool. And
Yeah.
I want to know why she's no longer an Aes Sedai.
Yeah.
But the way she says it, aren't we? So I took it that she didn't just leave on good terms; that they separated her from the power,
Yes,
sent her on
that's-
her way.
I felt
she
that
was
way,
still-
but they can't separate her and her she live very long. Like
She
they
can
don't-
still sense this.
Yeah.
she
Right,
could-
but so the comment she made was like, they just assume then when certain things happen that they go off and die or whatever, and that's why I thought stilling, not just like you've been.
Well, and I
released or
felt
you
the
didn't
same
make it.
way, but I was like, well, wouldn't she have died? I mean, I know that her husband picked her up out the gutters, took her to his mom, and
Mhm.
nursed her
Yeah.
back to health. But
Right.
like, don't we know they live much shorter lives once they're
They
that's
could
an
if they
assumption.
fall into that depression, but even though Swan got her ability to channel back, she stayed on mission, and I think with her mentality and everything, she would have been, I won't say just fine, but she certainly would have survived, even if she hadn't got her ability to channel
she
back.
burned herself out. I like that idea better.
Sure.
Mm. Oh, did they mention that?
I don't remember if they do or not.
They didn't exactly say.
I don't remember what the
happened.
reasoning was.
They didn't exactly mention the reasoning. They just said, there's assumptions made that she was done and kicked her to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which I thought was pretty crappy.
That's what
Yeah.
I said I'd do.
Yep.
So let's see. They both agree to keep their secrets because she also kind of guesses that Matt's into on her thing, and Matt's like, okay. Let's go ahead and
I
just
won't
keep
tell
all
if
these
you don't
things.
tell.
We'll keep
Not
some.
only that, she's like, let me give you some advice. This woman is a general. You are playing checkers and she is playing 3D chess.
Correct.
3D chess is
So-
insane, by the way.
Exactly. So watch yourself because you're nowhere near her level.
She's chess boxing, which is just. You ever seen that chess boxing?
Mm-mm.
Dude,
Mm.
it is the most craziest thing in the entire world. Chess boxing.
Mm.
It's alternate. It's alternating rounds. So you got 1 minute rounds in the ring. In the first round, you box, and then the next round you play 1 minute time chess, and then go back and alternate each round. And you can either win by knocking out or getting checkmate, but you're getting your head humbled in between trying to play chess. And then trying to concentrate and sit
Why
back
does
down.
it sound like something we would come up with?
It's a real thing. Chess boxing is a real thing. Like, and I
It
totally.
is. There's rules and everything.
It's a full-on sport. Chess boxing.
And they're like,
Absurd.
there's no way.
There
A
you go.
hybrid sport that combines two traditional disciplines, chess and boxing. Why? What drunk person came up with this?
Dude. It
It was
sounds
first
like
coined
awesome.
in 1979 in the kung fu film Mystery of Chess Boxing.
Yeah.
Interesting. This has been
Yeah,
going on in the U.S.
Lennox
since
Lewis was a
93.
chess boxer after he retired from actual real boxing. He did chess boxing for a while.
There's no way.
Mhm.
Why isn't this in the Olympics? We had that stupid.
Chess boxing.
We had stupid break dancing. I'm sorry. I love dancers and I love break dancing. I can't do it, but I love watching it. But after seeing what I saw in the Olympics, we could have this.
Yeah. So next time, Ian, you're in town, we're gonna do a chess boxing match.
Bet.
And, yeah. I get the right glove. You'll get the left one.
Oh, I've evened it out a little bit. I've been working the bag. My left still ain't as strong as my right, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think we told that story on here. How we only had one set of gloves, so we used to trade
Oh,
off
yeah.
between rounds. Who got the
Left hand always
where-
lost.
Yeah, left hand always lost. Yeah. Yeah, then Luca shows up. And he's like, because he's a big mouth, he's like, "Oh, you're talking about Tuon, the high lady?" And they're like, "Wait, what?" Ice and I are like, "Wait, she's a high lady? Oh,
Yeah.
we need to start negotiating her."
Uh-huh. He
Mhm.
spilled the beans by
Mhm.
accident, but he still spilled the beans. He kind of did it on purpose. He's trying to keep Matt still and not making decisions and moves. So he threw a little bit of discourse in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Discord just to kind
He's
of
not the type of person that can have big, juicy information and not let people know that he knows it.
very
there's-
true.
Yeah. So like he wouldn't have been able to keep that no matter what. Even if he wanted to keep it for Matt's sake, his personality, he was going to blurt it out at some point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So they begin to harass Tuon about treaties negotiations. At this
Harass him.
point,
Yeah, keep it up.
yeah. At this point, Lopin and Niram come in with dinner for Matt, Tuon, Selucia, Noel, Oliver. They eat. Noel tells more stories about
Yeah.
Malkier and a bunch of other stuff.
Mhm.
Let's see. Jolene and Teslin and Edicina enter the wagons with demands that the Shanshan end the war before Tarmageddon.
Demands
Very rudely, by the way. Very rudely.
in a very eye-to-eye fashion, as if they were in charge and people need to just do what they say.
Yeah.
And this is 3 women that just got released from captivity. Like you would have thought that there would have been a level of humility. But
Oh, by the way, Matt's the one that got him out of there, and they're treating him like crap.
yeah, that part.
So, dum 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 dum.
But then Selucia's is like, screw this. Click, click, collared.
Mom was like, Selucia? Selucia goes, yes, ma'am. And the other one like scurries out, and it's like, wait a second. No. You're getting this too. Come on back. It tries to scurry out.
Yeah.
Where did they get the item?
Oh, they probably got a handful. I'm
Yeah.
sure they got more than these.
I know, but like, wait, when, where, like she was captive out of nowhere. It wasn't like she was planning on leaving with Matt, or maybe she was.
Maybe Tuan has the ability to make them. Remember,
Bruh.
we know she could channel because she can wear the bracelet.
Mhm.
Well,
So
we know
this whole
she
thing that
has
the
the ability to. We know that she has the potential, but they don't really learn. The higher ups aren't supposed to really learn.
No, they're not. Well,
But
they don't learn at all.
maybe-
They don't know they can channel.
maybe she
Maybe
does know,
no. And see, I'm right there with you. So I thought the same thing.
because she
when
seemed a
this
lot less
happened.
bothered and or surprised in realizing that she would have
So
the ability to channel.
My thought
But-
process, I didn't think that she made them, but that's a
Mhm.
good thought. But I did think maybe they reserved the ability for women to channel to the Damani and the people in the highest part of the court.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
maybe
why
she
not?
was formally trained and she did know the secret, but that's part of their way of retaining their power.
Yeah.
Now I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would do it.
Well, because how do they exist for this long without anybody finding out that the bracelet wearers? Which one are they called? The ones that wear the bracelet
The Stamane are the ones that wear the collar. The ones that wear Soldoms.
sold them. Yeah.
So, yeah,
How could they
so-
go for this long without realizing that Soldoms could eventually or have the potential to channel?
And I think it's the threat of, if you do channel, then you will be swapped to the other side.
Right.
And then they use the excuse you can see the weaves because you have the ability to control these women. But no, you can't use them. Or you can sense them, but no, you can't use them. And it's not that you can't, it's that you shouldn't, because then you're going to end up chained up.
Yeah.
Chains
So
and
for
whips.
that.
Hot sex.
Chains and whips.
The real question is, and I'm sure this has been answered, is can a woman that cannot channel use the bracelet?
They
No.
talked about that.
Yeah, and I know
That's
they
the
talked
connection
about
that's
it.
required.
Mm-hmm.
So then, like that is the way that they're satisfying their need, or that urge to use it,
Right.
is by remaining with the bracelet on. So though they're not directly using it, they still get that satisfaction.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, eventually Matt's had enough of this, so he comes in.
Well, hold
he's
on.
just like,
Hold on. We got to talk about how Tuan did not just give her the stick; she gave her the carrot too.
Oh yeah.
She talks about how it's
Oh,
rarely
yeah.
used for punishment. Through this, you can also feel the greatest pleasure ever. And she gave her a dose of that, and that's what I was like.
And then she
Yeah.
gave her a great big smile, kind of ruffled her dress a little bit and smoothed it out, and just kind of stood there like that didn't happen.
Yep.
Yeah. Is this where, or is the next chapter where Matt calls her precious again? I think it's the next chapter.
That's this chapter.
That's this chapter.
Because he's like, no, we're not going to do this. And then he releases them. So he knows how
Yeah.
to release it.
He does.
And-
Yeah. But it's funny because he goes to do it, and the Foxhead Vidalion goes cold, and Tuan's like, "What the fuck is happening?" Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I'm going to teach you a lesson. And he's like, not this time.
Mm-mm. You can do shit to
And
me.
they're all like, thank you for God, Matt. Thank you so much. And he's like, this is the second time I freed you. Please stop doing dumb stuff. Go away.
Yeah. He makes them agree to leave Tuan alone, and then he goes to bury the Adam in a hole. And the
did
dice,
get, like, 3 feet
the
deep.
dice are
I kind of
still-
thought so. For our listeners, Ian read these chapters really early on.
Mhm.
So then I kept getting messages about Ian hates me and Chris is gonna hate me. And so as I'm listening, as he's digging this hole, I'm like, oh my God, is Matt gonna get killed? Like, because the dice are steadily rolling in his head right now. So like I had the worst thought process going in my mind. As he's digging this hole, I was like, this is where I would kill him. He's digging his own grave. Like, Are we
Oh,
about to take a Games of Thrones ish like move here and like bury him with? And if anybody did it, it would be what's his soon to be bride, if we want to call her that. So like my mind was really racing at this point. So I just want you guys to know you put me on a spiral. And the worst part is I had to stop reading literally at that part because I had to go do work. So like I spent the entire day like thinking Matt's about to die. Like
So
here
I got the text messages up or the messages up. It says, "Hey, Ellen." I said, "Hey." Ian says, "Fuck you." That is all. And I was like, "Is this about fantasy football?" He's like, "No, I just finished the chapters." And I was like, "Oh, I haven't read them yet. Oh, I just read the summaries. I love you." So what happened was,
I should have at least given you the heads up. It was the goods. It comes at the end of what we're reading. But that's funny. I didn't even think of that. You're like the whole time. Is this it? Is it
Yeah,
him?
at that moment, like literally, I had to
Oh,
go
man.
back to work. So I'm like, oh my goodness. The whole time, I'm like, we built Matt up. We've grown to love this character. We've talked about him being good. We talked about him being evil. We talked about him playing a major role. We talked about the role that the three will play in Tarmangaiden because they're the three prongs of the stool. And now he's gonna die in a hole. Like that was my thought process. So
Oh man.
be entertained.
but nope.
Oh, sorry about that, Chris.
Say anything from this chapter before we move to chapter.
That was the most anticlimactic ending of a chapter 2, by the way. I'm just
What the dice rattle?
Dice rattling.
Dice.
I think Tuan is more than a little intrigued with Matt.
I think she's genuinely
there
like got the hots
is
for him.
some, I won't say affection yet, but there's some respect growing between the two. There's definitely a relationship budding there.
Yeah.
I think even the way they both kind of played around these Aes Sedai, I don't know.
I mean, I just picture her being kind of looking at him like all doe-eyed and like, "Oh, toy," and he looking back at her and going,
That's Dagger, Matt.
That's Matt after she told him she was upset, but wouldn't tell him what she was upset about. or after months of having unspoken expectations not met, but somehow that's Matt's fault.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, communication is key. Hey, anyone listening to this podcast, just letting you know, men are stupid.
Simple.
That's all.
You
Simple.
can say stupid. Simple.
Yeah, simple
like
and
simple.
stupid. No, we don't read signs. We don't know.
Or minds.
Our minds. We don't know. We have no idea.
And I would say the guys that enjoy the games of trying to figure out what you want and whatever, in my experience, the guys that actually indulge in that a whole lot, I mean, a little bit, fine. But those that indulge in it a whole lot, those aren't the guys you want to be with anyways.
No, they'll give you
emotional damage.
Thanks, Alex. Needed that.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, we like to pursue, but not like a full-on nonstop sprint over a marathon's distance. Like eventually we get fucking tired. Okay. You gotta pretend to be.
Women are weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm weird too. That's fine. Like, wife and I say that all the time together. Like, we're both really, really weird, but our weirdness together that's just really weird.
I don't want to hear about y'all's weird stuff together.
You want to get weird?
It's not that kind of
you want
show.
to get weird? You want to come over and get weird, Ian?
Nah, thank you.
Anyways, chapter 10: A Village in Shiota.
Shithole. Remember we said we were going to call it shithole.
We're going to call it shithole. That's right. So the next day, Matt rides Pips besides Tuan. She's riding Akeen. Akine. I don't know. Sure. Solution has found a new horse because she's like, screw that old one.
Mm-hmm.
The
This is
Getting
all
Weird
very
stuff
important.
is on another platform. It's on our OnlyFans. So
Yeah, right.
that takes the really high level of Patreon to access that. Anyways, so the Aes Sedai they're in the wagon and they're all just riding. Matt sees a flock of ravens fly by and tells Tuon they're spies of the Dark One. And
And
Tuon,
she's like, that's dumb. That's not what
Yeah.
that means.
that's not what that means. And she starts because Shan have all these different things for everything. And what is she? She thinks to a Tron's Tale and asks Matt if he believes that. And said, if you sleep on old Hobbs Hill under the full moon, the snakes will give you true answers to 3 questions, and the fox will steal people's skin and take nourishment from the food.
Matt was like,
So you'll starve to death while eating your fill. And Matt's like,
Matt's
uh,
like,
how do you
no,
know about
of
them?
course I don't believe that. No, of course not.
She's feeling him out. There's more about the prophecies from their end where he doesn't know it, but he's a big, flashing, glowing. He's the guy from the prophecy, but because he doesn't know the prophecy and she does, like, she's got the advantage in this relationship.
Right. Yeah.
So she's probably looking at him going, all right, this is it. It's checking all the blocks. So she's like poking him with these questions and watching him get awkwardly uncomfortable.
Yeah. So as time goes on, they come to this strange-looking village. And there's a peddler driving his wagon through it.
And nobody says anything, and nobody looks up, and nobody reacts. And I don't know why this wasn't a red flag. Like, you're walking through a town to depress people, and they see a circus, and they don't react.
Yeah.
Even if it's a town of happy people, and they see a circus, they don't react. Like,
But they notice,
reaction.
I guess they're riding up. They're like, wait, this road's not supposed to be paved. It has been paved in like hundreds of years. Like,
Well, Chris, to your point, it's not. I mean, that happens sometimes. Me and Alan and my friend Patrick McMichael, I was calling his cat for like 20 minutes. I was like, kitty, 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 kitty. And the cat didn't move. And like, I was doing everything you could try to do to make a cat move, whatever. And then we walked closer to it, and Pat nudges me and was like, dude, that's my bike.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
I got a clip with that. I actually have a clip. I took a video. It's
really.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No,
Can
he's
I
sleeping.
pet that dog?
no, that's a bear.
Yep.
Can I pet that cat?
Anyways, that's the one story I always tell my kids, the older kids, of why you got to be careful where you get your stuff. If you're going to experiment, spend the money on the good stuff with a reputable dealer.
Don't eat cats, Ian.
That's
just don't.
You might get something
cats.
that's laced with PCP and then lose your mind.
Hey, we don't know if it was laced with PCP.
But it's just funnier when you tell that story.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, nobody knows. I
Nobody
just know
knows.
it was a little different.
No, I mean we know the dealer literally took out 2 bags. It was like
He's like,
one's
one's
really
mine
good
and
weed,
one's yours.
and the other one I put angel dust. I put PCP on because that's my personal stash. I'm really high. I don't know which bag's which. Here, tell me what happens.
Yeah. And it was a crazy night.
It was a fun night. Oh, high school. Chris is like,
Anywho,
no. Anyways.
Matt at the last second kind of puts one of his memories that he's getting together about how that road should not be there. And it hasn't been there in quite some time.
And as he does, the peddler starts to sink into the road, along with the horse and everything.
Yeah, poor horse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't give in to the sadness, guys.
Don't give in to the sadness.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I just triggered an entire generation. Atreyu. Well, that was Atreyu was the name of the boy. The name of the horse was it Atrex? Atrex, yeah.
Yeah. What was the name of the swamps or whatever?
The Swamp of Sadness, right? The Box of Sadness or something like that.
It was all very sad.
It was.
Anywho, Matt starts hollering at everybody, stop, don't go, come back, they're dead, everybody's dead.
Yeah, he
So-
spooks the horses, spooks the people, and the one man that had continued by accident, and his
Yeah.
horse just.
And the whole village just sinks into it, and then what's left is just a little road and a meadow where the village used to be.
Yep.
And everybody's like, "Oh my god!" And they're freaking out.
Matt tried to save the peddler and actually almost got stuck himself. And who saved Matt?
Tuon
Tuon to the rescue.
and her handmaid. So that
Right.
was it.
They're
It
playing
adds
their
a
game,
level
but
of adds a level
like
of
'em.
confusion for me. I don't know about you, but it's like if her aim is to get rid of him, then that would have been the time. If
Okay.
her aim is really to play with him, like she really is using him for a plaything.
But someone like her is always going to have a purpose. And that's why this also ties into what I was saying earlier about how I believe she sees that Matt is somebody that's part of this prophecy, like knows it. There's been enough evidence on her side. So I'd like to know more about these prophecies that would cover Matt. And the way she asked questions that very clearly Matt blew the horn. Matt knows about the foxes and the snakes. And she asks them and then just watches him squirm. Right? So her saving him now, is that because there's some kind of affection or respect? Or is it just understanding that this person needs to live because he is part of the prophecies? That I don't know yet. I think it's a little of both at this point, actually.
But there's some satisfaction in, like, if you already know the answer and you get to watch someone squirm as a parent. Let me say, as a parent to young kids, this happens more often than not, where I know exactly who did what. And I'll ask them and start asking them more leading questions, and you'll see them just squirm. And I'm like, and then what happened? So what happened was, Dad, I was just, holding the bat out, and he walked right into it. Like,
yeah. I was taking practice swings, didn't know anybody was there.
Yeah, he ran right into the bat. Like, it was still. I was just holding the stick, and they ran into the stick. It's just, yeah. I was watching you, right? The funny thing is when you call them out on it and you tell them that you saw what happened, and they still try to make stuff up. And then, like, did you not hear what you said? I saw it. Like, I seen it.
So Tuon saves Matt. Everybody's alive. Then there's a bet between Tom and Matt whether or not they'll keep going or turn and go take country roads somewhere else.
And you have Luca being the master gift of gabber that he is. We can go here. We can go backwards. We can earn this money. We can earn that money. Or we can go forth to glory. We can go forth to the largest, the greatest, the biggest.
Yeah.
And this is also where
Matt's like, nah.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, though? I think, would Lucas sacrifice other people's lives for money? Yes.
Yeah.
But would he risk his own life? No. So I actually kind of thought Luca would be a bit of a coward here too. But
so
what
then here's
gives
my
him,
second pause.
What gives him the confidence to keep pushing through with this monstrous risk in front of them?
So then I started reading again, listening again, and then I had to go back to work again. So I got to this point. I'm like, is Lucas setting Matt up? Is this what I'm missing? Is Lucas setting Matt up? Is he leading them? Because I had a moment where I'm like, is this village like already overrun with Shanshan and we don't know, and Lucas leading them this direction and he's leading Matt to his failure? Is this Tuon's plan the whole time? Is this where she got the IDOMs from? Like, are we about to lose Matt? So I want you to know I went on a whole roller coaster of Matt's gonna die.
What's the craziest thing that can happen in these chapters?
Yeah.
And so like then I stop at this point where I'm like, Lucas gonna talk these people into moving forward, because in a couple more sentences they're gonna enter another city and Matt's gonna get captured, and then they're gonna talk about killing him.
Yeah.
So Thank you for the emotional roller coaster.
It might still happen. You might still be right though about Luca setting him up, because I'm still hung up on Luca being so adamant about pushing forward into this like obvious dangerous situation. I don't feel
Well, I
like
feel like
risk
he
his own
feels
life.
super protected because he's got his sheet of paper, but I still feel like he's setting them up.
Or he's a bad dude.
I don't want to believe that. Like, I feel like Luca's he's too much of a showman. Like,
Chris now has faith in everyone. This is not
For-
Chris I know. Chris used to be skeptical of everyone. Now he's like, I love everyone. Everyone's great.
I'm not full on sus of Luca, but I got 40% sus on him.
I believe in Jordan. Well, then again, doesn't Sanderson start writing soon? I believe in
Next book.
Jordan.
This is Jordan's last book.
Yes, I believe in his goodness showing out in his characters. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
He's been to war.
Sanderson,
He's
kill
about to
them
kill
all.
some people.
Sanderson, everyone must die.
All right.
So yeah, and this is where Tuon tells Matt that the dead walking is a sign of Tarmogoyf coming.
Yeah.
And that's like, okay.
He's like, well, that one wasn't directly in our prophecies, but it kind of makes sense. I mean,
yeah. So later, Lopin and Niram, they serve dinner, but no one feels like eating because what they just saw. Yeah, Matt sends them to go find Harnon and the rest of Red Arms to get drunk. Doman, Gideon, Amathera, and Julian all join them. The guys all hanging out, and then Tom just pulls up this letter. And Matt's seen him pull up this letter a bunch of times, but never asked about it. And he's just reading it all the time. And
like somewhat bothered by it.
Yeah. And so Matt finally asks him, like, so what's the letter about? And Tom's like, oh, it's just a letter from a dead lady. You should read it. And Matt's like, no, I don't want to read it. I was like, no, you've asked now. You have to read it. Read it right now. Read it now. Read it right now.
you're kind of part of the letter. This is as much for you as it is for me.
He's like, this has nothing to do with me. It's not the letter's not to me. It's like, actually, kind of is now.
Do you have the wording from the letter in front of you?
I can get it quickly.
That's worth a read.
It was good. It was a good read. It was a great read.
It was a great read.
It was a phenomenal read. I've been waiting for this read for a very long time.
But instead of being able to thoroughly enjoy it, I just sat there as I'm listening, going, "Alan, you son of a!"
All right, I got it right here. All right, my dearest Tom. The funny thing is, all week long, I'm saying, my dearest Chris. My dearest Tom. There are many words. Actually, the funny thing is he reads that sentence first. He's like, Tom, this is personal. I'm not going to read it. It's like, Tom's like, keep going, Matt.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah. There are many words I would like to write to you. Words from my heart. But I have put this off because I knew that I must. And now there's little time. There are many things I cannot tell you, lest I bring disaster.
My dearest Tom. Just want to highlight that again. Say it again.
Yeah. My dearest Tom. But what I can, I will. Heed carefully what I say. In a short while, I will go down to the docks.
Down.
Yeah, and there I will confront Lanfear. How can I know that? That secret belongs to others. Suffice it that
who does
I
that
know.
secret belong to? Is it Cat Swain? Can she tell the future?
No, you know where she got the future from.
Where?
The Elfin.
Yeah, same place as Matt.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, she got the 3 truths. Like 3 questions answered. That's
I forgot about that.
So anyway, and let that foreknowledge stand as proof for what the rest I have to say. When you receive this, you'll be told that I'm dead. All will believe that I am not. That all will
I
believe
never
that.
believed. I never believed.
I never.
I am
believed.
not dead.
Never believed.
Oh, say that again.
I am not dead.
No, wait. Replace the I with whoever is speaking. Like, who's not dead?
We get to the very end of this letter.
No,
I
who's
am
the
not
I
dead.
represent here, Alan? This is important. Say it.
Say her name. Say her
Say your
name.
name. Moraine.
Yeah.
Moraine.
Not
I
dead.
am not dead. Hey, R.I.P. R.I.P. Mufasa. Anyway, let's see. I am not dead. And it may be that I shall live to my appointed years. It also may be that you and Mount Cawthon and another, a man I do not know, will try to rescue me. May I say, because it may be that you will not or cannot, because Matt may refuse. He does not hold me in the affection you seem to.
Mm.
And he has his reasons.
He
Ooh,
Take it easy. He
affection.
thinks about me like you do, Tom.
He has his reasons,
Mm.
and he has which he no doubt thinks are good. If you
Now,
try,
that part I was a little like, okay, you ain't have to jab him like that.
yeah.
You do need his help,
And
but keep going.
this is the part where we get to the whole hand grenade part. It must be 3 on the count of 3. 4 is no good. 5 is outright. 2, no, not enough. But on the count
Wait.
of 3, you should throw
Wait,
it.
is it on 3 or 3 then throw it? Oh.
If you try, it must be you, Matt, and other. More will mean death for all. Fewer will mean death for all. Even if you come only with Matt in one other, death may also come. I have seen you try and die. 1 or 2 or all 3. I have seen myself die in the attempt. I've seen all of us live and then die as captives. Should you decide to make the attempt anyway, young Matt knows the way to find me. Yet you must not show him this letter until he asks about it. That is of the utmost importance. He must know nothing that this letter that's in this letter until he asks. Events must play out in certain ways, whatever the cost. If you see Lanigan, tell him all of this is for the best. His destiny follows a different path than mine. I wish him all the happiness with Nynaeve. A final point.
Aw.
Remember what you know about the game of snakes and foxes. Remember and heed. It is
Mm.
time. I must do what must be done. May the light illumine you and give you joy, my dearest Tom, whether or not we ever see one another again. Moraine.
And our white
They have not.
unicorn.
And thunder boomed.
You know those two have knocked the boots.
We're done.
So
We're done.
We're done.
the clue of remember the game of foxes and snakes, whatever. That's important. There's gonna be some obscure rule.
Yeah.
I remember everybody was talking about how the game is done because nobody could ever really win it.
No one
But
wins. Yeah.
There's gonna be some rule or rules that when they finally find their way to get there, they'll actually be able to use their advantage and be part of the
Well,
rescue.
I mean,
So,
Matt says early
that's
on, this is, if you read the books faster, you would remember this. Matt says when he's playing with Oliver a couple of books ago, he says, everyone knows there's no way to win snakes and foxes unless you cheat.
Mhm. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Oliver has been trying to win it legitimately the whole time and still
Yeah.
has not been successful.
You see Hal's comment? That's where it's sticking up there. I was just thinking that. I was like, Tom must have been
Yeah.
waving this letter around, like sniffing it. Da, 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 da,
No,
da. And you can tell because even Matt says Tom always has this stinking letter. He's just waiting for him to ask.
Yeah.
I wanna
Apparently,
get
like
rid
if
of
you go
that
back in our
letter.
reread, you'll see when he pulls the letter out in front of Matt a bunch of times. He's like,
Yeah, nonstop. That's funny.
I never thought about it. Never
Yeah.
I'm gonna read this again. Wink, wink, wink. So yeah, so they start thinking about it, and like he looks at Matt, he's like, "So I guess we have to go." And Matt's like, "I don't believe any of this. She's dead. The bond was severed." And Tom's like, "I mean, if there's a chance, we got to do it." And he's like, "I ain't doing it." He's like, "Besides, you know where it is." He's, "I don't know how to get to the Elfhead. Like the way's destroyed." And then Noel pipes in. He's like, or no, it's Oliver. He says, "Well, Brigitte
Oliver's like,
says."
Oh,
Yeah,
Brigitte
Oliver
told
says,
me to
Brigitte
do
says
this.
you can get there through the Tower of Genji. It's like, I've never heard of Tower of Genji.
Remember on the spray?
Yeah.
very early
Yeah,
on in
and-
Eye of the World.
And that's when
When they
Noel
hop
starts
on
talking
Bail
about.
Doman's boat and they saw that
Yeah.
big glistening tower.
and you were like, "That's going to be important. Remember that."
Yeah,
I did say that.
it's all
All
coming
the way back in book 1.
Wait,
That's gonna be
meanwhile, I
important.
thought maybe by the end of the book, maybe in
No.
the next book.
11 books later.
Good Lord.
And then Jane Farstrider wants to be the third.
No.
Yeah.
He's James
Right.
Farmer's cousin.
We know that's Farstrider. It's got to be.
They're at
this
least
point.
related,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think this is Farstrider.
No, yeah, I'm sticking to that. I feel like it's him.
Yeah.
Yep.
But like once he puts 2 and 2 together, like I guess they start describing the tower.
Matt
And-
starts crying.
Matt's
and
like,
shaking.
I do know
Shit,
ways.
I do know it.
And they're like, "Well, there's no entrance." And then Oliver's like, "You
Like-
just draw on it."
Yeah, with a bronze
Duh.
knife, and it opens
With a
up, and he's like, "Crap, guess side quest." And then, like, as soon as he's like, "Fine,
I
we'll
need
go,"
Bill Doman.
as soon as he says, "Fine, we'll go," the dice stop, like
Stop.
instantly. No dice in his head anymore. Everything stops.
Well, so and this goes back to our conversation from last episode where I said maybe this is the snakes and the foxes having a good time with Matt. Like
Well,
they're
and Moraine.
betting
I
on
think
his moves.
Getting with him.
Yeah.
The fucking dice stopping.
I think she's stringing him along and she's gambling with him,
Mm-hmm.
trying
Now,
to influence things.
Exactly. Because he
Well, that-
now has this assumption that they can see through him and
And
you know,
see,
they know the
he's coming.
event. And so it's all kind of coming together for me. Now, we could be wrong, but we've made some pretty good assumptions.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I'm just waiting
So
on
Alan
unicorn.
lied, no one died.
And unicorn
Alan
could be
lied,
another
no one
word
died.
for Bella. Maybe at some point in time, you know, Bella gets warped to Matt and Tom, and they ride Bella into the great beyond to rescue.
What if the name of the boat?
Or yeah, the boat could be named Unicorn if you want it to be.
I had that too.
Yeah,
I knew where you were going with that. I was like,
Yeah.
that's a good thought too. Just name the boat Unicorn.
I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
still a win. Alan still
Yeah.
owes you a steak dinner or Chick-fil-A
I was
sandwich.
gonna say at this point we're owed at least a Chick-fil-A sandwich,
Yeah, right.
but
They don't kind of dollar menu there, man. Chick-fil-A is expensive. That's a classy joint. That's a
4 years ago we could afford Chick-fil-A.
Right?
Chick-fil-A. My kids say
I
Chick-fil-A.
definitely
I'm
don't
like,
got Chick-fil-A money.
Chick-fil-A. The local Bojangles, as long as you buy an adult meal, you get kids meal free. I'm like, hey, we're going to Bojangles.
Yeah.
I like Bojangles also. That is not bad.
Mhm.
Bojangles sweet tea. If you ever wanted to know what diabetes felt like, go
Mhm.
drink some of that sweet tea.
I told
It's
you
so good.
my in-laws know the owner of Bojangles.
Oh,
And so my mother-in-law asked him about the sweet tea, and they told her the ratio, and she's like, "That's not even possible."
right.
And they're like,
Saturated
"Trust
with
us,
sugar.
it is possible."
Yeah.
And she stopped drinking it that day.
Yeah.
It's worth tasting. I mean, it's good, but don't think you're going to quench your thirst with it.
Ooh.
It is so
No.
sweet. It makes you more thirsty.
When's the rescue going to happen? We're close to get surprised.
Oh,
Ooh.
so we're saying it's going to happen this book then? Thanks, Hal. Like
Oh,
that's nice.
okay.
No,
I
I
mean-
felt pretty good that it was going to happen this book. Especially with the dice stopping, Matt is pivoting towards this mission. This is.
So
that's
how
what
many
he's going at.
chapters are in this book?
That's a good question. I got a spreadsheet for that. I don't need to pull the book out. Let's
It's
see.
gonna be a
There
book- it's gonna be a-
is 37 in an epilogue.
33.
Okay.
33.
I think 33 is a little too late. I'm gonna go with 25 is my favorite, one of my favorite numbers. So I'm gonna go with 25.
All right, 25.
I said 33 because that's my football number.
All right,
Still
25.
on
The
that
name of that
highway.
chapter is Attending Elida.
Ooh.
And
a lot of
33 is 9 out of 10.
oh, they both sound like gambling chapters. That's not even helpful at all. And we have at least a year before we get there.
Yeah. So you guys think it's this book?
Chapter
Okay.
33 is 9 out of 10. 33 is 2 threes. 3 times 3 is 9.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense. 9 out of 10.
Hold on, yards.
Mm-hmm.
And which chapter is named to the Finlands? There is no chapter called it to the Finlands.
Yeah,
Um,
right. Saving Moraine, chapter
Saving-
32.
Chapter 32. Yeah.
Yep.
So you think it's this? You think it's this book? Okay. Cool.
Yeah, he's got to.
I feel pretty good. If not, it's going to be right off the bat in the next book. What's the title of
Okay.
the next book?
The Gathering Storm.
No,
Yeah,
she comes
that's
back
right off
for
the
the
bat.
Gathering Storm.
So it's the Gathering Storm, the Towers of Midnight, and then A Mirror of Light.
No, I mean, I feel like we know she comes back this book because there's a lot that needs to be done in a few books. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Jane Farstrider dies trying to
Okay.
save Moraine, but that's when we
Okay.
find out it is Jane. Moraine's going to know. Moraine's going to go, oh my gosh, Jane Farstrider. And they're going to be like, what? And he dies. But
Okay.
he's like, he's old and he like tells, he's like, oh no, don't worry.
he's like, "Is that
this-
Brigitte
I was-
Silverbow that you're
I was,
talking about
I was
there?"
happy to have one more adventure. You know, you guys bless this old man. Thank you. That's how it's going to happen.
He hates himself because he did not spend enough time with his wife. So,
Yeah.
Sure.
So I nailed it, is what you're saying. I'm getting all the shares now.
All the
Yes.
Sure. Sure.
That's how we end
Anyways,
this chapter.
what was it?
Pretty much how we end this chapter.
Yeah, the dice stop. We end the chapter. That's it.
Yeah.
We're done. So,
Alan lied. No one died.
anything
No,
we missed? Anything you want to talk about?
I'm sure we skipped over a lot. I just wanted to
I
get that
mean,
in.
we didn't talk about the emotional damage. We didn't talk about the fact that everybody in this room now knows.
Emotional damage.
Everybody in this room now knows Matt's kind of horror. He even revealed
Oh
to
yeah,
everybody where he was actually hung. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he
I forgot about
now
that.
realizes he has to be smarter about playing the game against these guys.
Yeah, he's like, and Noel even looks over and goes, "You've done all that?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like,
That's more than
"Good
Jane.
lord, dude, are you okay?"
He's like, you know more than I do. Like, you've been around the block more than I have. This is when I was kind of like, yeah, this guy's more than meets the eye. Like, he definitely lived a life because he's like, man, I've done a lot, but
Yeah.
you know. And these are all Matt's conscious thoughts. These aren't the memories that have filled in the gaps. You know, I find that very interesting that was the way they used it. So we had this kind of thought that these were overlapping lives, but now it's just like maybe they just stuffed my head full of information.
Yeah,
just
some random
because it asked
from a
for it.
bunch of different people.
Yeah, Matt
Yeah.
does need a hug at this point.
They are probably all the other people that they turned into skin bags.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's really sad to think about. It's kind of depressing.
It
Here,
puts
we'll give you
lotion
the
on
memories
skin.
of all the people that we used to hold our stuff. We'll dump them all in your brain.
Lotion on the skin.
Yeah. It kind of takes a dark turn with them.
Did you fuck me?
I'd fuck me.
I'd fuck me. Sorry.
Sorry. Sounds of the Lambs. Sounds of the Lambs. Favorite character.
Moraine.
Boom.
Because even from the grave, and for those that are listening, you can't see my air quotes, even from the grave, he is still, as Matt's saying, manipulating her to do what she wants. I don't call it manipulating at this point. She is definitely helping to guide him in the right direction.
Yep.
And behind the scenes, she's doing something awesome with these Eelfin and Elfin or whatever they're called. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think she's just sitting up there hiding or in prison and doing nothing. I think she's part of the game that's gambling on Matt.
She's gonna come back bigger and badder than ever, ready to kick some behind.
Yep. Yep. Well,
Oh, and I
so
have
I'm
one
gonna
more thought process. Pause before you give yours.
go.
So, my dearest Tom, right?
My dearest Chris.
So we know that he was messing with maybe both Moraine and the Queen of Andal at the same time. Am I using the wrong word? What's her name?
Andor.
You know who I'm talking- Andor. Yeah,
Morghese?
Elaine's mom, Morghese. Was he like dipping them both at the same time?
The only other thing that I thought about, I still think they knocked the boots, but the only other thing I thought about is they both play Days Damar very well. Moraine from there, and Tom was in the middle of it for the longest time. Things that were written in the letter could have been code to Tom, and for Tom only to know. So it might mean something.
No, I think Tom was knocking them both down.
I think so too.
He was messing with the whole. Like, are they related? I think that's one of our theories, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah.
do you think they're going to take Noel? I mean, Noel says he wants to go.
Oh yeah, they're definitely
Jane.
taking.
We're just gonna say Jane. Okay.
Yeah,
Do you think Oliver? Oliver, because he's
I mean, Oliver's got a lot of knowledge, but Matt's too protective of Oliver, so no.
I mean, would it be okay to bring Oliver too? I mean, because that's not a full another person. It's only half a person.
No.
It's like a kid. It's like it'd be like bringing Tree Fitty.
Well, kid right now. He's
Tree Fitty.
He's Brigitte's husband.
Brigitte did give him a lot of information.
Is who related? Wait, what?
Is
We talked about
Moraine.
relations.
Oh, Moraine
too.
and Morghese. No, they're not related.
Moraine and Rand.
Morghese's husband is related to Moraine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something like
I'm
that.
saying was Tom dipping in the two pools.
It's not her
Same
brother.
time.
It's Morghese's cousin, I think.
Yeah.
I have to go
Yeah.
back. There's actually a family
Family.
chart somewhere online. You can look it up. It's like a cousin or just it's not brother.
I mean, it's still all in
I'm
the
my
family.
own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa.
Is it half brother? Okay. Maybe half brother. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not direct brother.
Yes, Moraine is half sister to Tar, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
And
I'm just saying, my whole thing is Tom is working his way around the royal court.
Yes, he is.
yeah.
On
Yeah, Moraine
that
is
note-
half sister to Tarango. Okay.
My favorite character is the other half of the duo, Tom.
Yeah.
Yes, he's been flashing this letter around, like trying to get Matt to read it, but he followed Moraine's instructions. He didn't force the issue. And imagine keeping that secret. I mean, yeah, got to give some props to Tom here.
Yeah.
Although,
Mr. Sonnen.
yeah, Mr. Sonnen was great,
Yeah.
but I started thinking about Tuan and how she collared them Aes Sedai. That shit was great.
Yeah, that was
so
like
good.
methodical. I don't even know how it happened, to be honest with you. Even in listening to it, it happened too quick for me to even like.
It was
Interesting.
boom boom. I'm gonna change Tom to an honorable mention, and I'm gonna take Tuan as favorite character.
I like.
I hate
that.
to, I feel bad doing that for Tom, but Tom, know that I love you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Tom's been around for a while. We've given him
Yeah.
props quite often. And he'll get more props when he rescues his honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His honey boo boo. Alan, are you finally conceding to the fact that she's still alive? Because we've
It's
had
just
good
a letter.
conversation.
It's just a letter.
Yeah, when I called him, told him that, he goes, "Just let her. You know nothing." Whatever.
Alan needs to get the 8 years later meme for Tom's patience. 80. Tuan is weird.
Tuan is growing on me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway.
Alan, who's your favorite character? Tuan?
My favorite character, Tom Mayonnaise. No, Mr. Sonnen. I'll
What's
take
he been up to anyway? What is he doing?
I don't
right
know.
now?
We have to get back to him at some point. But next time we're doing 2 chapters.
And when are we gonna get Loyal's wedding?
Well,
At the very end of the book. This will be like the end of the Star Wars where they have the big celebration and get their medals at the
let's
end.
see. No, hold on. Let's see. If we get that's in 4 weeks.
Sure.
Sure.
Give or take. Probably give because anyway. So yeah, next week we'll do 2 chapters, chapter 11 and 12. A Hell in Mandarin. Mandarin. A Hell in Mandarin and a Manufactory.
A manufacturing?
Yeah,
That's who's gonna build the cannons.
Oh.
The cannons.
Or no. We might be going back to Perrin and they're putting together the tea.
Oh.
The tea.
Spill the tea.
Yeah, spill the tea. All the tea.
That's gonna be fun.
Either way, could be a good chapter.
Yeah.
All right.
So cool.
Hey,
How have
so-
you found? Is at thewillreads.com. It is a website. It has stuff on it like links to Patreon where you support us and help us do giveaways so we can give people like a 7-Eleven books or other people plus pay for this podcast, which definitely costs money because I had to pay for a ton of stuff. I was trying to do the math the other day about how much services we have to use, but I have so many subscriptions to like different editing software and a bunch of stuff. It's just anyway, fun times. But help support us. It would really help out. You can also buy merchandise. We have cool merch. I would show you some of it, but it's all packed up right now. 'Cause I'm moving soon. So like, subscribe, do all the cool things, help the algorithm out. They like it. The algorithm god that is. And that's all I got for this week. So
Until next time.
Peace.
okay, bye. Thank you for watching The Wheel Reads.
Until next time.
Okay, bye.
Get your Coast Guard certified life-saving
Sure.
device ready and
Sure.
strapped on.
Oh, where are we going tonight?
What kind of strap on you talking about?
Sure.